Yeah, very unpopular ideas. Mene alili busy kutipula nduna azajuma mwanamveka. Ali busy akutipula. Honestly. Right? He is one of the people that are working hard. Meetings every single day. Dr. Mwanamveka is in meetings. Trying to steer the economy. Trying to run our country economy-wise. And then you think about it. He's also an MP. And the MPs. So all this time, he is running the business of the country, attending meetings every single day. Who is running the constituency for him? Okay, it brings me back to one argument that I made earlier on. Kuti, these full ministers, as I sanka, nduwabata permanent full minister wateremu yonsei, inuyo ndi cabinet yanga teremu inoi, musiye MP uja. MP uja mwapatse ena. Ndi ntchito ziwiri zosiyana. Kukhala MP ndi kukhala cabinet minister. Ukakhala cabinet minister ndiwe member wa executive branch of government. Iweyo ndi ya president muli mbali imodzi ndiwe executive branch of government. Parliament is the legislative branch. So you can't be mu executive branch iwewe mwesoli mu legislative branch. Okay? That's two branches that are supposed to be independent of one another. Now they are in conflict. Not only that, let's talk about employment. Kwatukuno, antambiri tribe uswazi nchito. Why should one man hold two jobs? Zosezo zama salary, zosezo zama benefits. Why? Why should one man hold two jobs? Why not give the other job, the lesser demanding job, to another young man from your area? And he can even be from your party. Another young man to be running to be okay. Take that job, I say. Why? And then you have two families. I mean, they have bread to eat. Look, if you look at it from that perspective, if you look at it like that, America matero, iwe ngaduli member of Congress, iwe senator, akakusanka kukhala secretary ku president wa cabinet ya president, umasiya u senator seat yako ija imapita kwa anthu ena. Iwe yokupanga serve president chifukwa nawo uli ku executive. Ukalakwisa zinthu ngati minister umaitanidwa ku parliament kucha kukayankha mafunso. A minister mukayankhe mafunso ku parliament. You can make an argument about deputy ministers. Udama deputy wa sangasi komano. My point is, tasi and my MP wa agwiri ntchito yawo MP. Nduna tasanga na anthu amene sali ma MP. Mukasankha amene ali MP apase mpata kuti asankhe okha kunena kuti apite undunako kapena apitirize MP. Split, share the jobs. Share the jobs. Talking about that, there's news kuti a president asintha dzina la Paul Kagame Road kulilongwe kukhala John Chilembwe Road. It's big, It's not simple decision. Paul Kagame Road. I remember when Paul Kagame came to Malawi, the president was the late Bingwa Mtaliga. I mean, anapanga nthawi yomwe anapanga name that road kukhala Paul Kagame Road. And the president today is the younger brother to Bingwa Mtaliga, and is the one who has changed that name. I would love to know why. Like the justification, the rationale. Why? What's wrong with Paul Kagame Road? John Chilembwe, last year, a hospital was named after John Chilembwe. That wasn't enough? Really? Anyway, we will learn in the future. Kumano, it's good to be giving us explanations, so that when we teach people, when we teach young people the history of this country, when we explain things, we have explanations or justifications to give. Okay, the name inachotsedwa because of this, and we decided to change this name. We need my explanations for the sake of history, for the sake of knowledge, for the sake of the younger generation to understand. We need to have this habit of deliberately explaining things so that people should understand. We need to be teachers. Yeah, I've always talked about this. Somebody was talking about Yoweri Museveni of Uganda. Amanena kuti Yoweri Museveni uja ndi leader wabwino kwambiri. Yoweri Museveni uja akazangu muluza akazangu choka amene ujayo Uganda ijaza sanduka Libya. I said, good man, do you know the statement you just made proves that the leader you're talking about is a bad leader? Because if Yoweri Museveni is a good leader, he's supposed to mentor the next generation of leaders. He's supposed to teach the next generation of leaders. The time that he steps down, he's not supposed to be worried about the future of his country because he has built it for 40 years. He needs to build foundations for unity, foundations for peace and development. If you rule a country for 50 years and when you fall, when you die, when you leave and the country is in chaos, it means you did a bad job. Literally, that's it. If your justification for voting for President Yoweri Museveni is the fear that if he leaves, the country will disintegrate, the country will break apart, then it means he's not doing a good job. As simple as that. If he was doing a good job, he needs to have strong foundations. He needs to instill discipline. He needs to have a crop of leaders that will succeed him. He needs to have leaders in their 50s, in their 60s. He is in his 90s. So he needs to have leaders in the 60s and the 50s who know his principles. He needs to write books about his principles. That's what Lee Kuan Yew of Singapore did. Singapore inamangidwa ndi muntu mmodzi who had a vision. And he was always teaching people, Singapore, we need to do this, we need to do this. And this man left a crop of leaders. He built schools of leadership in Singapore. Singapore is one of the places in the world where you can find elite schools of management and leadership. And when he died, his successors, including one of his sons, in Singapore is not short of leaders today because of the foundations that he laid down. So don't call yourself a good leader when you don't have a succession plan, you haven't mentored any people. Even if you're running a company and each time you leave the company or you go away, things don't work. People don't know where to put things or where to get things, then you're not being a good leader. This is very common in African businesses as well. And from a business, as abamboti business, ayendesa bwino ali ndi chuma kungomwalira business kuta. Ana osadziwa kuti abambo athu ndrama mapanga bwanji amatenga kuti kodi simakhala bwanji. They don't know. A good man builds foundations, teaches his children, teaches the next generation so that when he goes, his name still continues. Stay blessed. Have a wonderful night.